Fortune, nobility, ignorance, and fame first came to public auction in October of 1975 in Florence, Italy. Listed as an 18th century oil painting of the Venetian school, its history was vague. Since then, speculation has run the extreme. But what was always clear was the very real possibility that the painting was an original by Giambattista Tiepolo himself. 1975 was the beginning of a long and detailed investigation into the historical and scientific background of the painting. In 1987, Professor Emeritus George Knox of the University of British Columbia entered the investigation. As a leading authority on Tiepolo, Professor Knox has left no stone unturned. What follows is a brief and partial survey of the findings and conclusions.
Giambattista Tiepolo was the most prominent history painter in Venice of his day, and his day extended from perhaps about 1715 to 1770. So for a period of 55 years, he was the leading painter in Venice. Now, one has to qualify that a little and say he was the leading history painter in Venice. That is to say, he was the leading man for carrying out great palace decorations, villa decorations, altarpieces for churches, great canvases for noble families. He was not a view painter. He practically never painted a portrait in his life. But if you wanted someone who was going to do a great, dazzling job in your palace, or in your villa, or in your church, if you could afford him, if you could get hold of him, you got hold of Tiepolo. There were other people, of course, but he was far and away the most important figure.